on a long-distance trip.
We're just getting started on this technology. We'll use this technology to refuel unoccupied combat air vehicles.
The basket's slightly moving. Looks like it's going high. Okay, it detected a miss and came back on its own. So I did not do anything. She's got it. She's got it. Congratulations, guys. That was fantastic.
The Autonomous Soaring Project has one simple goal, is to program a small UAV to soar in thermals similar to the way a glider pilot or birds do. It has been reprogrammed to automatically detect that it's in an updraft and then use that updraft by circling. There's a wide variety of applications for this technology to help UAVs do things like forest fire detection, police surveillance, border patrol, and weather monitoring.
If the aircraft was damaged, you don't have to necessarily just rely on the pilot to compensate and fly the airplane. Adaptive flight controls, autonomous flight controls, different things where we're using the airplane to assist the pilot.
It will take over basically the controls of the airplane as far as flight stability.
The Platform Precision Autopilot is capable of staying on a given path within about 15 feet. It allows the synthetic aperture radar system to fly over essentially the same path more than once. This obviously has some potential applicability when you're looking at Earth's surface movements, such as after an earthquake, or if you're looking at an ice pack melting.
For the F-16, we went out and tested the system and based them on actual mishap cases. It prevented every single mishap. What we're developing here is merely an aid should the pilot get distracted or disoriented. By automating it, we can take out the pilot reaction time entirely.
The computer takes full control away from the pilot for a very brief period of time, and it redirects the trajectory of the aircraft to save the human.
ADS-B is automatic dependent surveillance broadcast. It's equipment on board an airplane that transmits its position and velocity information twice per second.
We are really trying to prove that we could use ADS-B as a way to do coordinated flight between multiple vehicles.
This system is present on a lot of manned aircraft, but we were one of the first UAS to perform testing of it in the national airspace. NASA has a project for integrating UAS.
So one day, UAS could hopefully fly with other commercial airlines and everybody will fly together safely.
There's various benefits to integrating unmanned aircraft, being able to monitor specific weather systems, monitor fires, delivering packages to your doorstep.
Operations to deliver medical emergency supplies, infrastructure, surveillance, and monitoring.
The technical side is a big challenge, but being able to integrate them safely is maybe even a bigger challenge.
To have thousands of these vehicles flying at the same time, you're going to have a lot more automation on the vehicle and in the airspace system.
Regulations for operations of the vehicle, regulations for airspace, regulations for infrastructure.
These aircraft are going to be highly autonomous, piloted, optionally piloted, unpiloted vehicle.
It's not just looking at the UAM, it's actually integrating the small UAS, the package delivery, or even the larger cargo delivery.
Subscale aircraft, we use those for a variety of reasons, to test things like new technology, which could be hardware or software, or even a completely new vehicle. You can do almost anything you want without much risk, and you can realize those gains very quickly. We're researching some level of autonomy. The aircraft, in most cases, are capable of taking off, flying around and landing without any human intervention. Things like ardupilots and multi-rotors and flying computers are allowing kids to play with research type tools that they never had access to before. So it's sort of driving in this new robotic learning type environment that never did exist.
so excited to have this special collaboration with NASA Johnson Space Center, and we're honored to present this historic event. I'm also very excited to introduce the moderator for our program. She's also the first African-American woman to be the director of NASA Johnson Space Center, Vanessa White.
I'm happy to be here with you all at Space Center Houston. Today, we're going to hear from former and current astronauts who will share with you their own journeys to space. Robert Kirby, Jeanette Epps, Bernard Harris, Leland Melvin, Stephanie Wilson, Victor Glover,